you've tried the Ikigai framework, but it didn't help you move forward, then this video is for you. Hi, my name is Sara Mobarhanfard. I'm a certified business coach, and I help mid-career professionals build leadership skills, navigate workplace and business dynamics, and confidently step into their next chapter, whatever that looks like. I'm also a business mentor for leadership and executive coaches who work with these professionals. So let's start with the visual most of us associate with Ikigai, the model that went viral for a few years ago. That is a 4-part Venn diagram about what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. It's inspired by a Japanese concept that means a reason for being or a reason to get up in the morning. The idea is to help you identify work that taps into your unique capabilities and talents and skills like emotional intelligence, complex problem solving, or whatever skill you have, or creativity, so that you find your passions that have potential to be monetized as a business or career. But here's where the problem starts, and that is twofold. First, this model, the way it's known in Western media, is built on a misunderstanding. The Venn diagram people refer to as Ikigai is not the original Japanese concept. It was created by a Spanish author in 2011 and later picked up by a blogger, labeled as Ikigai, and it went viral. The authentic concept of Ikigai in Japanese is broader. It simply means a reason for being, a reason to get up in the morning, and it's more about the ordinary daily joys, nurturing rituals like a morning walk, being with your family, doing meaningful things in the day, and not necessarily where to find monetization opportunities. So the westernized Ikigai diagram is not wrong. It is still helpful to so many people, but it is limited. It's more like a simple quick fix to find purpose. But this tool is being taken too seriously and stays too surface level. I was so excited when I saw this tool in my early days of coaching. I was obsessed about tools those days. Now I'm not so much into them. I was trying it with my early clients, but then my clients were telling me that they do not resonate with it and they just cannot get any meaningful outcome from the Ikigai exercise. They were all getting stuck with this tool because the model oversimplifies complexity of real life and careers of highly educated and experienced individuals, especially like people who've done a lot of personal development work. They don't get so much out of these tools. It is very exciting for those who are new to this kind of tools, but it was not helpful to my clients. And they were telling me, Sarah, this doesn't work. So what is wrong with the Ikigai? From my point of view, I think it oversimplifies purpose. Purpose isn't always one clear job. It might be spread across your work, family, hobbies, or community. For many, it involves with seasons of life. Trying to pin it all into one sweet spot feels restrictive to me. The idea of purpose in the Western world as is this just one mission that brings meaning to everything is actually not working for a lot of people. I also think the other problem with Ikigai is that it ignores the realities of career transition. If you're in your 40s, late 30s with a mortgage, children, and a specialist career path, it is not always feasible to pivot into your passion. The framework doesn't account for practical, systemic, or emotional constraints. I also think it is hard to apply this model to complex roles. Most of the business professionals I work with do hybrid work, blending strategy, people leadership, technical skills, scientific knowledge, or engineering background. All of that comes to their job. And this model pushes people to pick a few things and reduce their skills and interests. And this is not how real world functions. I also think this model fuels the perfect fit myth. What does that mean? The diagram creates pressure. If your current job does not check all 5 boxes, it feels like you're in the wrong place. This mindset causes unnecessary anxiety, especially for people who are already successful but questioning their next step and maybe taking this tool or any tool too seriously. They might wonder, I'm struggling because I do not have my Ikigai figured out, or what is my true purpose and passion, searching forever for that perfect passion. And really, it's okay not to have an answer for these questions, but still be joyful and do impactful work. So if Ikigai does not work for you, what other framework could help you? Years ago, when I was at a career crossroads myself, I was wondering what to do next that actually makes me happy. And I came across this book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, and he introduces the concept of zone of genius. He describes that we work mainly in these four zones. There are four types of work we end up doing. First one, zone of incompetence, things we are not good at, but sometimes we end up doing that. Zone of competence, things we can do, but others can do too. We're not exceptional at those. Zone of excellence, things you do pretty well, but do not energize you or bring you joy. And zone of genius, where your unique skills, deep talents, personality come together and do the type of work that energizes you and delivers real value. So you are capable of doing a great job, and that kind of work is needed. People pay for it. Corporations hire for it. So that is your zone of genius. And your zone of genius isn't just where you're good. It's where your way of thinking and problem solving is distinct. It is the intersection of natural talent, skills, interests, and your energy. When you operate here, your work feels meaningful, you feel alive, and this is the kind of work or expertise that you can uniquely position yourself for to become more successful. And actually, it is not so easy for most people to articulate their genius because it's so close to them, they cannot even see it. It's how they naturally do things, so they are not always fully conscious of it unless someone tells them. This is not something that you can become aware of by just journaling. You need feedback from others who personally or professionally know you, and ideally you bring that to a coach or therapist and brainstorm with them to define your unique quality and genius. And actually, in my case, I know coaching is my zone of genius, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I enjoy being trained for it. I keep going to different programs about psychology and coaching. I get great feedback from my clients too. So this is the kind of career I feel I belong to. So I feel at home with it. But 10 years ago, I did not even know this was a proper job. I didn't even know this was something I could do well. I couldn't even see it. And I remember even when consulting or coaching was not my official title, it was something I had to do as part of my jobs. And I loved it. And even when I had my fashion business, I would host these webinars or talks about personal development, productivity, and performance topics for other business owners just for fun. And doing these webinars connected me with the right people, and eventually this became my career. It was not something I did on my own, sitting in my room doing journaling. It involved other people and a lot of experience. What is the science behind what makes genius work so fulfilling? The self-determination theory, or SDT, originated from the research of psychologists Edward Deci and Richard Ryan around the topic of motivation, says similar things. Kind of confirms this whole the way the zone of genius works. It explains what makes us feel genuinely motivated and fulfilled at work. According to this theory, there are 3 psychological needs that drive high quality motivation. For humans to get motivated to work, 3 needs must be met. Otherwise, they wouldn't get excited about work. First, autonomy, feeling like you have choice and control on your work and how you do it. This is why most of us hate to be micromanaged. This is the number 1 workplace problem my clients bring to our sessions, because micromanaging is blocking our autonomy. It stops our creativity. And when you're working from your genius zone, you're not just following orders, you're actively choosing your work and how you do it. Even if it's your job, you're still enjoying it. You probably enjoy it enough to do it outside your work. This sense of personal agency and self-direction is what drives engagement and dedication. Number 2, competence, feeling capable and effective. The work you do in this zone is where you use your unique talents and strengths, often leading to a sense of mastery and high performance. It feels so good to be good at something. This feeling of being good at what you do and making a meaningful impact is a powerful motivator and a key source of satisfaction. Number 3, relatedness, feeling connected to others through meaningful work. So the need to feel connected to others through meaningful work is a critical part of the genius zone. The work you do in this zone is often not just for yourself, it's a contribution to others, and it makes you feel you belong to something. As a coach, I feel connected to my current or potential clients, even clients of my clients. This is a service that affects their performance. So this belonging and relatedness is a big part of any purpose, any interesting career. While self-determination theory is a very influential and widely supported framework for understanding motivation, it is not probably offering a complete picture like most tools. I personally think humans are so unique and complex. Our personalities, our backgrounds, our life experiences play a big role in how we get motivated, but at least we can see what to pay attention to build effective and energizing careers and businesses that we can get excited to be part of and show up for consistently. Careers that do not work against our human nature and we do not feel forced to work like slaves. If this resonated with you, I have a little homework for you to get to know your genius self a little better. 1. Track your genius moments. Over the next 3 weeks, I want you to write down situations when you are working and you lose track of time because you were so deeply immersed in the work you were doing and you did not mind working longer. When are you most focused, most creative? What type of work are you doing? What about the work was joyful for you and useful for others? And this is partially about who you are and partially about what you do. Like you have high empathy for others, you read the room very quickly and you intuitively understand how to communicate with each team member or each person in the room effectively. When there is a crisis or conflict, people ask for your support to even facilitate some communications because of your calm nature. Or it could be that you are a great problem solver. You have great analytical skills and can interpret data and patterns very quickly and see things most people cannot see because you have that eye for detail. Or it could be that you have both. You have a unique mix of skills that makes you good leader, also technically competent advisor or analyst. Or some people are naturally super connectors. They bring everyone together like glue, and every network needs one of them. So what do you do naturally in your genius moments? Journal about them. The second exercise, map your meaningful skills. Ask yourself, what do people say I do well? And when I use this skill, does it lead to an outcome I care about? Look for where what you're good at meets what matters to you. And first, write down your top 5 skills, things you can do well at work. Ideally, you want to ask for feedback from those who know you professionally and can share specific examples. And next, for each skill, ask yourself, when I use this skill, does it lead to results I really love, I really care about? Do I feel useful? And finally, surface your blind spots. Often when we feel stuck or lost, it's because we do not know what we don't know. We have blind spots. You might be missing what makes you unique because it comes naturally to you. So you need to get feedback, work with a coach or a peer or a therapist. Most breakthroughs need a mirror. This is why we need to work with coaches, mentors, professionals who are especially trained to offer the safe space to explore our thoughts and behaviors. They can ask you the right questions and give you constructive feedback that you can actually work with. And of course, I'm a professional certified coach with the International Coaching Federation, and I have supported hundreds of individuals. And here we just touched the surface on this topic. So if you want my help to find your genius, I have made it very easy for all levels of budget and time to work with me. Check the description or just send me a message and we can see how I can help you. I also have plenty of free resources for you to get started. And if you do not resonate with me, find another coach or mentor that can help you. Because if you develop this knowledge around yourself and your skills, it can transform your career or business. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao.